To complement the system's reporting capabilities, SpendMap's executive dashboards display a graphical presentation of more than 50 key performance indicators in your web browser to help you make instantaneous and informed decisions about your business. You can actually create as many dashboards as you like, each with different information, and then you can assign one or more dashboards to each user. So when people view their dashboards, they'll only see the information that's important to them. If you have access to more than one dashboard, you can use this option at the top of the page to switch between dashboards. So as you can see in this sample dashboard, there's a variety of object types that you can choose from depending on the nature of the information that you're displaying. For example, here's a bar chart, which is commonly used to report on KPIs such as spending history over time. And over here's a sample pie chart, which works well when you're breaking down information into chunks, like maybe spend by vendor, or maybe inventory value by commodity. And over here's a radial gauge, another popular object type for displaying a single value at a time. As we'll see in a moment, the dashboards are completely customizable. In addition to your choice of object or graph type, you can change the size of each object, you can specify the position on the page, you can change the color palette, as well as many other configuration options. We'll see this in more detail in a couple minutes. And if you ever want to see the underlying data that went into calculating a KPI, just use this link to see all the details. Okay, let's take a look at how you can customize your dashboards to meet the needs of each user or group of users. You can modify your dashboard configurations in here. The sample dashboard configurations that you see here will be included in your system, so you can use them as is if you like, or you can modify the sample dashboards to meet your needs, or feel free to go ahead and delete the pre-configured dashboards altogether if you'd rather start from scratch. In the dashboard configuration folder, you'll see the individual KPIs that make up the dashboard. Again, you can have as many KPIs on each dashboard as needed, so go ahead and create one big dashboard if you like, or you might want to divide the KPIs into meaningful groups and create multiple dashboard configurations, as we've done here with these samples. To add a new key performance indicator to the dashboard, just click the Add button. There are more than 50 KPIs to select from, and as you'll see in a couple minutes, each KPI has multiple configuration options, so there's actually hundreds of unique pieces of information that you can include on your dashboards. For now, I'm just going to modify one of the existing KPIs to show you the details. So on this screen, you can customize how the KPI will appear on the dashboard. I'm only going to review the most commonly used options for now, and you can just check out the online help if you have any questions about any of the other fields. So the configuration settings are divided into 4 sections. At the top of the screen are the time period settings, which determine how much history or data will be included in the calculation of the KPI. So you can include all your history, or you may only want to specify a certain number of days or weeks or months, like I've done here. If you're including multiple time periods, this option can be used to either show separate data on the dashboard for each time period, or you can lump all of the data for the entire time period into a single object on the dashboard. So for example, do I want to see one graph for the entire 3-year period, or 3 separate graphs, one for each year? Next are the scope settings, which can be used to limit or filter the data that's included in the KPI. So for this spend KPI, you might only want to see spend for certain suppliers or certain users, or maybe certain departments or projects. Next, you can choose from a variety of object types, like pie charts and bar charts and so on. When you choose the object type to display your data, keep in mind that certain object types are designed to display single pieces of data, while other object types are better to display multiple pieces of data at once. So for example, if you're showing spend history for, say, your top 5 suppliers, a pie chart or a bar chart would be a good choice, since you can show a separate bar or pie slice for each supplier. On the other hand, a single piece of data, like say, the number of late purchase orders at this moment in time, would work well with a radial gauge or digital panel. And finally, at the bottom of the screen are miscellaneous settings that you can use to fine-tune how the KPI will appear on your dashboard. So for example, you can specify the upper limit of the graph, you can include a trend line for the KPIs that span time, and so on. At any point, you can preview how the KPI will look using this button, or you can save the KPI and preview the entire dashboard over here. Once your dashboard configurations are set up, just go into the User Master File and select the Dashboards tab to assign one or more dashboard configurations to each user. Again, each user can have access to as many dashboards as you like, or you can create a single dashboard for all your users if that's all you need. When users select to view their dashboards, they'll only see the information that you give them access to. So those are the basics of how to use the executive dashboards in SpendMap, and remember, our client services group is always here to help with personalized support and training services.